My name is Sebastian Vasquez. On campus, I'm a chaplain, which just means I care for the community on campus in a spiritual way. 9 years ago, we moved to Toronto, and we've been working here ever since. A lot of the international students, first of all, they're very brave in the fact that they leave home and they're so far away, and they're experiencing sometimes a new culture for the first time, and it's an exciting world. But I think it could also be a little bit of a scary world. So I think that there's a high need there. As a Christian, we always want to introduce people to Jesus, but at the same time, we never want to push it on anybody. We just want to be there if they're exploring.
Hello, my name is Joshua Garcia. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Aruba, and I'm doing the graphic design program at the Centennial College. They were organizing this get-together downstairs in the main lobby in this building, and I was really interested to see what it was all about, and so I decided to go, and that's where I met Seba and Aaron, and they told me that they were going to organize an event every week for international students and students basically living away from home in order to feel much more comfortable in their living spaces, you know, with grown-ups and having their own little family here in Canada. So
We kind of use Jesus as a template for how to love other people, and that love has to be more than just saying to people, I love you. It has to be done in action as well. And we think that building community with students when there is no community is a way to say, we love you, we care about you, we think that you're important, you know, you're not forgotten.
So I think, you know, one way that we're able to do that in community is through our prayer breakfasts that we do on Wednesday mornings at the Res. Just a time for them to come, we feed them a hot meal, and then we just say a simple prayer for them, whatever that may be. We love university students. We love that age. Even though we're much older than them, we still feel like we can connect with them and offer a little bit, right? Because we've been there. And so we know that there's always going to be a need when you don't have your family near you.
I feel very comfortable around Seba and Aaron. They became like my Canadian mom and dad. I'm very happy whenever I get to spend time with them, and you know, them doing like these get-togethers are really, really nice to also bring a lot of people together. So they really look out for us. To me, they do it because they really care about what they do. They're very open, they're very loving. They're actually like, they're actual parents. So they do it out of love.
I want them to have like someone they could ask advice and kind of take that mom or dad role in their life if they give it to me. I won't force that on them. But man, even small things like giving students a hug, I think they just miss having a hug in the morning, or, you know, a full belly. That's what we always say. We want you to have a full belly and a warm heart, like when you come to prayer breakfast, because that's something that maybe they had at home, or maybe it's something they never had at home but they wish they did.
It's the consistency, you know, it's just like, it's knowing that every week that, you know, we're going to be there, you know, and hopefully that's a good thing, you know, for the students to see, you know, that every week, like, oh, they're going to come back and, you know, they're going to do this again. And I think that's, you know, that's comforting. Oh, I think the biggest takeaway I would want the students to have is just that they see a glimpse of Jesus and his goodness, and that there can be people that really love them without really knowing them, just because of our faith and who we are. And so I think I get emotional because I think a lot of students don't get that. And so sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
We want students to feel loved. We want them to feel like someone cares about them. And often, like, we want to share with them the things that we wish people would have shared with us.
The lesson I'm really trying to teach my kids in all of this is that you should always give back. God says to love others, that you do it, and you do that practically. You can't just use words, but you have to show actions, which I think is really key for kids, is that they have to see the actions of what you say you believe.
Our faith isn't lived out at church. Our faith is lived out in our living room. It's lived out, you know, when we're out in the van together. Our faith is lived out in the campus that we work on. Like, that's where it's important to live out your faith, not just on a Sunday morning at church. Well, I just think, like, for me, giving without expecting anything in return is not a bad thing.